16,500 support line, 17,000 resistance line. In which trend duration will the price of Bitcoin be finally hitting after losing the key line of support which we had around 16,800 range? Yes guys, after losing the 16,800 range, the price of Bitcoin is flashing a very interesting scenario which is clearly indicating 13,000, 14,000 is our next potential target, and also around 10 to 12,000 before price finally finds bottom and also start with a new marker phase. And that's exactly what we are going to talk in today's video. But before I jump into the content, please, if you haven't destroyed the like button, then do it right now. And for those individuals watching this the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, starting this in a weekly time frame, I am going to keep it very simple. In the past price action, we found out before the price of Bitcoin started with this new parabolic move, what unfolded? Before we started with this parabolic move, the price ended this downtrend after finding support at this rising trend line. You can see that very clearly after finding support at this rising trend line, and exactly at the same time RSI line in a weekly time frame also around oversold area, the price started showing this parabolic move. In 2019, a very similar scenario unfolded when the price of Bitcoin approached the support from this rising trend line and our RSI was around oversold area, and after that this parabolic move unfolded. Now if we look in our case guys, the price of Bitcoin is still holding the support from this rising trend line. Should we also expect another move like this for Bitcoin for the upcoming days? If we look here to the downside, RSI line is above the oversold area, but it is still flashing us a bullish divergence. Yes, RSI line is flashing us a bullish divergence. Price is still holding the support from this rising trend line. So in the upcoming days or in the medium short term, as long as we are going to remain between 16,000 to 16,500, please guys, please do not expect the price of Bitcoin to show a rally here like this. I mean, since the price is still above the key line of support, any sort of a shakeout in the medium short term could just be a temporary movement before price again starts showing a rally here like this, right? There is a possibility for this scenario to unfollow, but if we fail to find support about this 16,000, 16,500 here in the medium short term or in the upcoming days, that is going to invalidate this bullish scenario which has been playing out since 2017, and price should be looked like this. Yes, this weekly scenario is also clearly pointing us, since the price has lost the key line of support which we had around 18 to 19,000, the top from 2017, then that support line has already been broken. Now the next area of confluence where we might be getting gravitated is lying between 10,000 to 12,000 range. Yes guys, this 10 to 12,000 range is going to be looked as our next potential target for Bitcoin before we finally find bottom and also start with this new marker phase. Because according to this 2B reversal pattern, if you look at this example here, the price unfortunately has failed to continue this uptrend after making a new all-time high, failed to find support at the previous high, right? Since then we are clearly hitting it to the downside. But during this downtrend, the price was also forming this so-called descending triangle. If you look at the descending triangle scenario, we lost the support. If you look at this, we lost the support from this lower line. We even got rejected while trying to re-enter above it, and that is a warning sign. Because if you look at this descending triangle, if you look at this descending triangle from 2018, it did reflected a bigger sell-off where price reached the target from the descending triangle before starting this new parabolic move. So that's why guys, that's why what I want to show you here is that the price in our case has also lost the key line of support from this descending triangle, the lower line area, and that could be also resulting in another sell-off which could bring the price towards the next area confluence before finding bottom between 10 to 12,000 and also starting with the new move here to the upside. Because we know in a weekly time frame, also looking at this falling wedge has always been considered as a bullish scenario. Upper line in our case, right, rejected the price, lower line acted as one strong line of support, because that's what falling wedge does. Upper line rejects the price, lower line holds the price. But once the upper line gets flipped into support, the price after that usually start with this parabolic move. But in our case, this here is in a weekly time frame. So what we have said, this rejection around 18,000 to 19,000 could be another sign of weakness, where we could be slowly getting gravitated towards the lower line area right before starting this new market phase here like this. And that will also make a lot of sense, because in that case we will be getting gravitated towards the next area of confluence, 10 to 12,000 range, before starting a new market phase like this. Now if we ignore all this weekly scenario and simply focus on this daily time frame, even in a daily time frame the price of Bitcoin is still flashing this bearish signal. Yes guys, the price in the past price action, we found out whenever the RSI line, MACD, T3 CCI indicator flashed a bearish scenario, what unfolded after that? After that, this Williams alligator indicator, which is still a lagging indicator, flashed us a sell signal. For example, when the price of Bitcoin was somewhere around 20,700, 20,800 range, the MACD started flashing this bearish crossover. RSI line went below 50 level, T3 CCI indicator in a negative territory. What happened after that? After that, we witnessed a bearish crossover here in Williams alligator indicator, which led to a price retracement. Similar scenario unfolded here as well. RSI line went below 50 level. At the same time, MACD was also flashing a bearish crossover, T3 CCI in a negative territory. After that, we had this bearish crossover here in Williams alligator indicator, which led to a bigger retracement, right? This exact scenario has unfolded again and again. Whenever we have seen this blue line appearing at the top, green line at the bottom, that usually indicates the market is weakening and we should be preparing ourselves for this corrective movement for the upcoming days. And in our case, this is exactly what is being flashed. Yes guys, this here is actually a bearish crossover, because the blue line now has started appearing at the top, green line at the bottom. And if you also look here to the downside, this here is a bearish MACD cross, RSI line is below 50 level, T3 CCI in a negative territory, indicating a weakness. So that's why you can see even in a daily time frame, the price of Bitcoin is clearly flashing weakness after failing to break out of this 17,000 resistance line. So in a weekly time frame, we know the market might not be ready for this actual market phase. And also now looking into daily time frame, we can clearly see the market is weakening. I mean, the price of Bitcoin is weakening and we could be slowly hitting it to the downside, because each and every time whenever we had this bearish crossover here in Williams alligator indicator, the market after that retraced more than 20%. You can see 48% retracement after this bearish crossover, 47% retracement after this bearish crossover, 60% retracement after this bearish crossover. Here you can see 22% retracement after this bearish crossover. And now if we look in our case, right, this is also 23% retracement. So now if we look in our case, if we are going to see another retracement above 20%, since this is also a bearish crossover, if we are going to see another 20% retracement or above 20% retracement, you can see the price is going to be approaching around this 12,000 to 13,000 range before finding bottom. And that will also line up perfectly with this bigger scenario, because also this bigger scenario is clearly indicating the market could be getting attracted towards the next area of confluence before finding bottom. Not just only this guys, not just only this, even if we look at this one scenario here. So guys, now before I switch into other chart, just a friendly reminder to those individuals who want to take advantage of this kind of huge bonuses, huge opportunity. The time is right now, because Bybit is giving up to $30,000 in bonus plus $1.2 million giveaway plus 0 spot fees. Yes, to those individuals who sign up using my ref link, you guys will be eligible to claim these bonuses. But also please visit the affiliate backend to see the full list of requirements. Bybit 4-year lucky draw, 1 million lucky draw spin simply registered using this link here, and also 0 spot trading fees, 100% fee discount on Bybit spot market. So to all individual, to all the traders out there, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, the time is right now. Now let me show you the chart. Now if you look at this in a daily time frame, you can see very clearly, guys, the price of Bitcoin after losing the support from this rising wedge, the lower line area, we have started with this corrective movement, because this line was a very important line of support. After losing the support from this rising trend line, the lower line area, we have clearly started with this downward price movement. And according to this rising wedge, if it is going to play out, if the price of Bitcoin is going to continue its downtrend towards the lower target area or the target area from this rising wedge, then you can see, guys, the price in that case could be getting attracted towards this 15,000 and even around 14,900 before it chooses a trend duration for the medium short term. So that's why here in the medium short term, this 15,000 to 14,900 could be also lining up parallelly for Bitcoin. And that is another reason why I want you to be very careful, because if you lose the support, right, if you lose the support which you have here around 16,000 to 16,500, that is going to invalidate all the bullish scenario which we have talked, and price will clearly be indicating a continuation here to the downside until we reach the bottom line around 10 to 12,000 before starting this new market phase. So please, guys, please be careful and do not over leverage yourself, because if you look at the scenarios, not just only in a weekly or in a daily, even here in a 4-hour time frame, we can see the price of Bitcoin has unfortunately started this downtrend and also signaling this bearish symmetrical triangle could be playing out next. Yes, guys, we were supposed to continue this uptrend, but we unfortunately failed to break out of the 17,000 resistance line, and since then the price started showing this corrective movement. So what I'm trying to show you here, we know in a bigger time frame, 16,000 16,500 is still looked as a very important support line, and this symmetrical triangle, you can see the lower line target was also almost reached around 16,500, which we talked on my yesterday's video. Now in the medium short term, this here is a line which we are not allowed to break, because breaking that line means we are also going to test the support which you have around 16,000, right, around this lower line area before turning this scenario into a complete disaster, because breaking that support means the price is going to invalidate some bullish scenario lining up for Bitcoin, and we are focusing clearly on the downtrend after that. So let's hope here in the medium short term the price remains above 16,500 and turn this bearish scenario like this into a bullish continuation pattern until the end of this year. And not just only this, even if we look at the scenario here using broadening wedge and head and shoulder formation, if you look at this price structure here like this, you can see very clearly, guys, the price of Bitcoin could be forming this right shoulder, because I showed you yesterday, if you fail to break out of this 17,000 resistance line and also fail to hold the support around 16,800 for the medium short term, we could be forming this right shoulder. And now if you look at this price movement carefully, it does looks like it could be forming this right shoulder. And I want you guys to be very careful, because if you do continue this trend here like this and also break the neckline area, the 16,000 support line, then we could be heading towards the next target, which could bring the price of Bitcoin around 14,900 to 15,000 before showing any sort of a consolidation or also choosing price movement, because this is clearly going to be indicating a sign of weakness where the price could be getting gravitated towards the target from this rising wedge, target from this Williams alligator indicator, target from this 2B reversal pattern towards the next area confluence, and all the bullish scenario which could still be giving us some hopium is going to be invalidated. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the price, even after some weakness, could still continue this uptrend by holding the support between 16,000 to 16,500 range, because by doing that, it is going to give us a hopium, and also this scenario which has played out in the past price action since 2017 could be repeating one more time. So These are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, please try that like button, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.